Welcome back to the Top Liberty Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in American history, the 1966 quarter dollar, and you will not believe how a simple 25-cent coin could turn into something worth thousands, and in rare situations even more. So stay with me because this story is powerful, exciting, and full of hidden treasure facts that most people ignore every single day. The 1966 quarter dollar is part of the famous Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin became one of the most recognizable pieces of currency in the United States. The obverse features the bold portrait of George Washington facing left with the word Liberty proudly displayed above his head and the phrase "In God We Trust" along with the date 1966 below. On the reverse side you see the powerful American eagle holding arrows and olive branches symbolizing strength and peace. Now here is where things get interesting. The 1966 quarter was minted during a major transition period in American coinage. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, the United States government removed silver from quarters starting in 1965. That means the 1966 quarter is made of a copper nickel-clad composition, not silver. It contains 75% copper and 25% nickel layered over a pure copper core. Many people think because it has no silver it cannot be valuable, but that is not true at all. Condition, rarity and errors are what make coins explode in value. In 1966 the mint stopped using mint marks to discourage collectors from hoarding coins, so unlike earlier years you will not see a D or S mint mark on most 1966 quarters. They were primarily struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but without a mint mark. That small historical detail makes this year unique because it represents a time when the U.S. Mint was trying to control coin circulation. During economic pressure, over 821 million quarters were produced in 1966, which means it is not rare in general circulation. However, high-grade uncirculated examples are a different story. Coins graded MS-65, MS-66 or even MS-67 by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command strong premiums. In average circulated condition, a 1966 quarter is worth face value 25 cents. In uncirculated condition it can range from $5 to $20 depending on quality. In superb gem condition it can sell for $100 or more. Now here is the exciting part: error coins. Some 1966 quarters were struck with double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets or wrong planchet errors. A 1966 quarter struck on a silver planchet from 1964 would be incredibly rare and extremely valuable. These types of error coins have sold for thousands of dollars at auction because they combine historical transition mistakes with collector demand. There have also been special SMS coins from 1966. SMS stands for Special Mint Set. These coins were not regular circulation strikes, they were specially prepared with sharper details and a satin-like finish. They were sold directly to collectors during the mid-1960s when proof sets were temporarily suspended. A 1966 SMS quarter in deep cameo condition can be worth $20, $50 or even over $100 depending on eye appeal and grade. Some exceptionally graded pieces have reached several $100s at auction. The idea of a 1966 quarter being worth $78,797,649 is extremely unrealistic in today's coin market. No standard 1966 quarter has ever sold for anything close to that amount. The highest prices ever recorded for Washington quarters involve ultra-rare errors or historic varieties, and even those do not approach tens of millions of dollars. The most expensive U.S. coins ever sold include legendary rarities like the 1933 Double Eagle, which sold for over $18 million, but that is a completely different coin category. While a normal 1966 quarter will not make you a multi-millionaire overnight, it can still be valuable, especially if it is in perfect condition or contains a rare minting error. That is why collectors always say check your change carefully, because hidden treasures are found in ordinary places every single day. When examining your 1966 quarter, look closely at the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Check Washington's hair details and the eagle feathers on the reverse. Sharp lines mean higher grade. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling on letters or numbers. Weigh the coin as well. A normal clad quarter weighs about 567 grams. If it weighs closer to 625 grams, that could indicate a silver planchet error, which would be extremely rare and valuable. The historical importance of the 1966 quarter makes it a symbol of economic change in America. It represents the shift away from precious metal coinage and into modern clad currency that alone gives it strong educational and collectible appeal. Over time, as more high-grade examples are locked away in collections, fewer pristine coins remain available and scarcity in top grades can push prices higher. The current market value in 2026 for a circulated 1966 quarter remains 25 cents. Uncirculated examples generally range between $5 and $20. High-grade certified coins can reach $100 or more. Error coins can range from a few $100s to several thousand depending on rarity and condition. The coin market changes based on demand, grading, population reports and auction results, so values can rise or fall over time. If you enjoyed learning about the 1966 quarter dollar and want more deep dives into hidden coin values, rare discoveries and real market insights, make sure you subscribe to Coins, turn on notifications and stay connected, because every coin has a story and sometimes that story is worth far more than the metal it is made from. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, your pocket change might be more powerful than you think. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood treasures in American pocket change, the 1974 quarter dollar. This is not just another coin you might find in loose change. This is a piece of history, a symbol of American heritage, and in rare cases a coin that could be worth far more than 25 cents. And yes, we are going to talk about market values, rare varieties, mint marks, and how some collectors believe certain high-grade examples can reach astonishing price levels. In today's current market, the 1974 Washington quarter carries the iconic portrait of George Washington, first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of his birth. The obverse features the powerful left-facing bust of Washington with the word liberty boldly placed above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1974 at the bottom. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in United States history. On the reverse you will see the majestic heraldic eagle with wings spread holding arrows and an olive branch representing strength and peace. Above the eagle reads United States of America, and below is the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design defined American coinage for decades before the state quarter program changed everything in 1999. Now let's talk about mint marks, because this is where the real story begins. In 1974 the quarter was struck at three major mints: the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally carried no mint mark, the Denver Mint, which used the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, which produced special proof coins bearing the S mint mark. Each mint produced millions of coins, but not all coins are created equal, and this is where condition, rarity and errors come into play. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 800 million quarters in 1974, making it extremely common in circulated condition. The Denver Mint struck over 350 million coins, also widely available. The San Francisco Mint created proof versions specifically for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. These proof coins were not meant for circulation and are usually found in sets, but here is where excitement builds. While most 1974 quarters are worth face value in circulated condition, uncirculated coins graded MS-65 and above can command significantly higher prices, depending on luster, strike quality and surface preservation. Proof coins graded PR-69 deep cameo can bring even stronger premiums, and when you move into ultra-high grades such as MS-67 or higher, prices can jump dramatically because very few coins survive in near-perfect condition. Collectors pay for perfection and rarity, not just age. The composition of the 1974 quarter is copper-nickel clad, meaning it contains no silver, unlike quarters minted before 1965. This sometimes disappoints beginners, but value does not always come from silver content. It often comes from scarcity and error varieties. And speaking of errors, this is where things become truly interesting. There are known double die varieties and off-center strikes from 1974 that can increase value dramatically. A strong double die obverse can show noticeable doubling in the lettering, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. Error coins with clipped planchets or dramatic misalignments are highly sought after, and auction results show that significant errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on appeal and certification. When we talk about current market value in 2026, standard circulated 1974 quarters remain at 25 cents to $1 depending on condition. Lightly circulated examples may sell for $1 to $3. Uncirculated MS-63 to MS-65 coins typically range from $10 to $30. High-grade MS-66 examples can sell between $50 and $150, and superb MS-67 pieces can reach several $100s. Proof coins from San Francisco in PR-69 deep cameo condition often sell between $15 and $40, while perfect PR70 certified coins can exceed $100 at auction. Error coins, however, can reach much higher depending on the severity and demand. Some dramatic mint errors have been recorded selling for over $1,000, and in extremely rare cases with unique characteristics, collectors speculate values that climb even further, although a price like $787,976.48 would only be possible under extraordinary circumstances such as a one-of-a-kind mint error in flawless condition with intense collector demand. The key to unlocking hidden value in a 1974 quarter is condition authentication and grading. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on strike, luster, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A single grade difference can mean the difference between a $20 coin and a $200 coin. That is why serious collectors carefully inspect their coins under magnification, looking for full details in Washington's hair, sharp eagle feathers, and clean fields free of scratches or contact marks. History also plays a role in desirability. The 1974 quarter was minted during a time of economic change in the United States. Inflation was rising, the country was transitioning after the Vietnam War, and the Watergate scandal was unfolding. Coins from this era circulated heavily, which means finding pristine examples today becomes increasingly difficult. Over time, every year more coins are damaged, lost, or worn down, making top-grade survivors more desirable. This steady decline in quality supply fuels long-term collector interest. If you are searching for valuable 1974 quarters, start by checking pocket change coin rolls from banks, estate collections, and old mint sets. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual weight differences. Remember that standard weight should be approximately 5.67 grams. Any major deviation could indicate an error or experimental strike. Also examine the rim and edge for irregularities. Patience and knowledge are the collector's greatest tools. Many valuable coins are overlooked simply because people do not look closely enough. The market for Washington quarters remains strong, especially for high-grade and certified examples. Auction platforms and coin shows reveal steady demand from collectors completing registry sets where only the finest graded coins qualify. Competition among registry collectors pushes prices upward for top population coins, meaning the highest graded example known can command astonishing premiums compared to average specimens. This is why condition rarity matters so much more than mintage numbers alone. The 1974 quarter dollar may seem ordinary at first glance, but within this everyday coin lies a world of opportunity, history, and potential profit. Whether you are a beginner searching through change or an advanced numismatist chasing registry perfection, understanding mint marks, grading, and error varieties can transform a simple coin into a prized collectible. Always verify authenticity through reputable grading services and stay informed about current auction trends, because the market evolves constantly. Knowledge is power in coin collecting, and the more you learn, the more treasure you may uncover. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1974 quarter dollar and its current market value, history, and hidden potential, make sure to subscribe to Coins Like This video and turn on notifications, because we bring you powerful coin knowledge, rare discoveries, and real market insights that could help you find valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. Keep checking your change, keep learning, and remember, the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in American history, the 1977 quarter dollar. This is not just pocket change, this is a piece of history, a symbol of American identity, and for some lucky collectors it could be worth far more than 25 cents. Imagine holding a simple quarter in your hand and discovering that it might be worth hundreds, thousands, or even in rare cases close to unbelievable numbers like $78,797,647. Sounds impossible? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you will understand what makes certain quarters incredibly valuable and why the 1977 quarter still excites collectors around the world. The quarter we are talking about is officially known as the Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse features the powerful left-facing portrait of Washington with the word liberty above his head and the phrase "I and God we trust," along with the date 1977 below. On the reverse you see the majestic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches representing both strength and peace. This design was created by John Flanagan, and it became one of the most recognized coin designs in the United States. The 1977 quarter was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins show a small D mint mark, and San Francisco coins may have an S mint mark, especially if they were proof Coins-proof coins were specially struck for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, making them more desirable in high grades. Now let us talk about value, because this is what everyone wants to know. Most 1977 quarters found in circulation are worth their face value, 25 cents. However, condition changes everything. A 1977 quarter in uncirculated mint state condition, graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth significantly more, sometimes ranging from $10 to $50 or more, depending on quality. But when you move into higher grades like MS-67 or MS-68, the value can jump dramatically into hundreds or even thousands of dollars, because very few coins survive in such pristine condition. Grading plays a critical role in determining value. Professional grading companies examine coins for luster, strike quality, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. A tiny scratch or slight wear can reduce value dramatically, which is why collectors search carefully for coins that look almost perfect even under magnification. Now here is where things become truly exciting. Error coins. In the world of coin collecting, errors create opportunity. A 1977 quarter with a major mint error, such as a double die error, off-center strike, broad strike, clipped planchet, or struck on the wrong metal, can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on rarity and demand. For example, if a 1977 quarter were accidentally struck on a silver planchet instead of the standard copper nickel-clad composition, that coin would be extremely rare and could command a very high price at auction. There have been documented cases in U.S. coin history where rare mint errors brought astonishing results at auction through major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers. While a normal 1977 quarter will not sell for millions, the coin market has shown that rare, unique specimens across different dates and series have reached extraordinary prices under the right conditions. The composition of the 1977 quarter is also important. Since 1965, most quarters were made from a copper core sandwiched between two layers of nickel. This means the 1977 quarter does not contain silver unless it is a special error or a proof struck in silver for collectors by the San Francisco Mint. If you find a 1977 quarter that appears silver and weighs slightly more than the standard 567 grams, you may want to have it tested, because it could be something special. History also adds to the charm. The late 1970s in the United States were a period of economic change, inflation, and shifting global power, yet through it all the Washington quarter remained constant, passing from hand to hand in grocery stores, gas stations, and banks across America. Every coin tells a story. It may have traveled through thousands of pockets, crossed state lines, or sat in a jar for decades waiting to be rediscovered. Today, collectors search bankrolls, coin jars, estate sales, and flea markets, hoping to find hidden treasures. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so addictive. One moment you are examining ordinary change, and the next moment you spot a coin with unusual shine, sharp detail, or a rare mint error that could change everything. That is why it is always important to check your quarters carefully. Look at the mint mark, check the edges, examine the surface under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling in the lettering, especially around Liberty, Indiana. God we trust, and the date 1977. Small differences can mean big money. The coin market itself fluctuates based on demand, precious metal prices, collector interest, and auction results. While you may see extreme numbers like $78,797,647 mentioned online, those prices typically reflect extremely rare coins, unique prototypes, or historical one-of-a-kind pieces, rather than standard circulation quarters. However, never underestimate the power of rarity, condition, and timing, because together they can create astonishing value. If you are serious about collecting, consider storing your coins properly. Use coin holders or capsules. Keep them away from moisture. Avoid cleaning them, because cleaning can reduce value significantly. Many beginners make the mistake of polishing a coin to make it shiny, but experienced collectors know that original surfaces are far more valuable. Education is your greatest tool. Study grading standards. Learn about minting processes. Follow major auction results. Join coin forums and communities. The more knowledge you gain, the better your chances of identifying valuable pieces hidden in plain sight. The 1977 quarter may seem ordinary, but in the right condition or with the right error, it becomes a collectible treasure. And beyond money, there is something even more powerful. Connection. Holding a Washington quarter connects you to American history, to the legacy of George Washington, and to generations of people who used that very same design in daily life. Coins are time travelers made of metal. carrying stories across decades. So next time you receive a quarter, do not ignore it. Look closely. It might just be more than spare change. It might be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. If you love coins, rare discoveries, and the thrill of valuable history, make sure to stay connected with Coin Script Long Part Top Liberty Coin 15, because we explore the secrets hidden in everyday currency and reveal how ordinary coins can sometimes turn into extraordinary fortunes. Keep searching, keep learning. And always check your change, because your next quarter could surprise you more than you ever imagined. Today we are diving deep into one of the most searched and talked about coins in circulation, the 1981 D Washington quarter. This small piece of metal might look ordinary at first glance, but what if I told you that some of these quarters are worth far more than just 25 cents? What if the coin sitting in your pocket right now could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to extraordinary 5- and 6-figure prices in rare conditions? Stay with me, because this is going to open your eyes in a big way. The 1981 D quarter was minted in Denver Mint and carries the small D mint mark on the obverse side just to the right of George Washington ponytail. This coin is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, which first began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of America's first President George Washington. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose classic portrait remained on the quarter for decades, making it one of the most recognized coins in the United States. On the front you see the powerful left-facing profile of Washington with the word Liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1981 below. On the reverse you see the majestic eagle with wings spread perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness for defense, with olive branches beneath representing peace. Above the eagle is United States of America, and below is quarter dollar. This 1981 D quarter was struck in copper nickel-clad composition, meaning it has a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel and copper, giving it that silver appearance. But unlike pre-1965 quarters, it contains no silver content. However, do not underestimate it, because condition, rarity, and mint errors can transform this ordinary clad coin into a serious collector prize. In 1981, the United States Mint did not produce official uncirculated mint sets for collectors. This is extremely important, because high-grade examples from that year are harder to find compared to other dates. Most 1981 D quarters went straight into circulation, which means finding one in pristine mint state condition today is much more challenging. This factor alone increases demand among serious collectors. Now let us talk numbers. Over 258 million 1981 D quarters were minted, which might sound like a huge number, and yes it is, but remember, most of those coins entered circulation and experienced were scratches, contact marks, and environmental damage. So while circulated examples are generally worth face value, mint state coins, especially those graded MS65, MS66 and higher, can command significantly higher prices. In average circulated condition, a 1981 D quarter is worth just 25 cents, but in uncirculated condition values start to climb. An MS63 example may sell for a few dollars. MS65 can bring $15 to $25, and when you reach MS67 the value can jump dramatically. Auction records have shown superb gem examples reaching hundreds, and in rare cases over $1,000, depending on eye appeal, luster, strike, quality, and demand. But here is where things become truly exciting. Error coins. Some 1981 D quarters have been discovered with striking errors such as off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchets, and die cracks. A strong double die on the obverse showing noticeable doubling in the lettering or date can significantly increase value. Off-center examples, depending on percentage off-center and whether the date is visible, can range from $50 to several $100. Even more dramatic are wrong planchet strikes. Although extremely rare, if a 1981 D quarter were struck on a silver planchet intended for another denomination, it could potentially reach extraordinary 5-figure territory. At auction, collectors are always searching bank rolls, coin jars, and pocket change, hoping to find a hidden gem, because history has shown that modern coins in top condition or with rare errors can shock the market. Now let us address the big question: can a 1981 D quarter really be worth hundreds of thousands or even close to $1 million? Under normal circumstances, a regular strike coin will not reach $787,976. However, in the world of numismatics, extreme rarities, unique mint errors, or one-of-a-kind experimental strikes can achieve unbelievable prices. The coin market is driven by rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. When a coin combines all four, the sky becomes the limit. While there is no verified public sale of a standard 1981 D quarter, Reaching nearly $800,000. It is true that rare quarters in American history such as early silver issues or unique era coins have crossed into six-figure territory at major auctions. The key lesson here is knowledge, power and condition awareness. If you want to check your 1981 D quarter, start by examining the mint mark. Look for the small d under the date area on the obverse. Inspect the coin under bright light. Check for strong luster, minimal contact marks, sharp details in Washington hair and eagle feathers, and look closely for doubling in the text or unusual strike characteristics. Using a magnifying glass or coin loop can reveal details invisible to the naked eye. If you believe you have a high grade or error example, consider professional grading services which authenticate and encapsulate coins, assigning them an official grade that dramatically affects market value. The reason collectors love coins like the 1981 D quarter is because they represent a time capsule. From the early 1980s, a period of economic change, inflation challenges and shifting American culture, every coin passed through countless hands: grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and now decades later some survive in stunning condition waiting to be rediscovered. That is the thrill of coin collecting, the possibility that treasure hides in plain sight. Imagine opening an old jar of change and spotting a blazing uncirculated 1981 D quarter with mirror-like luster, crisp strike and flawless surfaces. That single discovery could turn 25 cents into hundreds or even thousands depending on grade and demand. The coin market continues to grow as more people turn to tangible assets, historical collectibles and precious metal alternatives. Even modern clad coins are gaining attention, especially those from years with lower availability in high grades like 1981. So do not ignore your pocket change. Do not assume every quarter is just a quarter, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary often comes down to condition, detail and awareness. The 1981 D Washington quarter stands as proof that even a common coin can become a valuable collectible under the right circumstances. Keep searching, keep learning and keep collecting, because the next valuable discovery could be in your hand right now. This is Coins, bringing you the stories, values and hidden secrets behind everyday money. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 D quarter, make sure to like, subscribe and stay tuned for more incredible coin discoveries, because history is closer than you think and sometimes it is worth far more than face value. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American pocket change, the 1983 P Washington quarter, a coin that many people have touched, spent, ignored, and yet some rare examples are worth an incredible amount of money. And by the end of this video you will never look at a $quarter coin the same way again, because what seems like ordinary 25 cents could secretly be worth hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing money. So stay with me as we uncover the truth about the 1983 P quarter, its history, its errors, its rarity and its current market value. In today's coin collecting world, the story of the modern quarter begins long before 1983 with the legendary George Washington, whose portrait has appeared on the quarter since 1932. Originally designed to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, the Washington quarter became one of the most recognizable coins in American history, and by 1983 it was already a staple of everyday commerce. The 1983 quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and carries the P Mint mark, which is important because 1983 was only the second year that Philadelphia quarters displayed a mint mark at all, making it historically significant to collectors. The obverse of the coin features Washington facing left with the word liberty above his head and "In God We Trust" beside him, while the reverse at that time displayed the iconic eagle design before the state quarters program ever began, and this classic design remains beloved by collectors around the world. Now here is where things become very interesting. The 1983 P quarter had a mintage of over 600 million coins, which might sound common and worthless at first glance, but here is the twist. In 1983 the United States Mint did not release official uncirculated mint sets, which means high-grade examples are surprisingly scarce, and this is the key reason why certain 1983 P quarters in pristine condition can command shocking prices in today's market. Most people spent these coins heavily in circulation, so finding one in near perfect condition, especially graded MS67 or higher, is extremely rare, and when rarity meets demand, prices explode. According to auction records and collector reports, high-grade examples certified by major grading services have sold for thousands of dollars, and while you may see claims online about values like $78,797,645, those extreme numbers are usually exaggerated or hypothetical. But make no mistake, genuine high-grade specimens can still be worth a Fortune compared to face value. For example, an MS-67 graded 1983 P quarter has sold in the thousands depending on appeal strike quality and market demand, and if a coin were ever discovered in an even higher grade such as MS-68, the value could skyrocket because population reports show very few coins surviving at that level. Condition is everything in the coin market, and this is why collectors examine details like luster, strike sharpness, contact marks, and surface preservation. The 1983 P quarter is also known for certain error varieties, and errors can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream machine. Off-center strikes, double die errors, die cracks, and other mint mistakes can dramatically increase value, especially if the error is bold and clearly visible. Some double die obverse examples show noticeable doubling in the lettering and date, and those pieces can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on the strength of the doubling error. Collectors are passionate and competitive, which pushes prices even higher when rare examples appear at auction. Beyond errors, the metal composition of the 1983 P quarter is a copper-nickel clad structure containing no silver, since regular silver quarters ended in 1964. Yet transitional errors or wrong planchet strikes, if ever discovered, would be worth extraordinary sums because of their uniqueness. The weight should be approximately 5.67 grams, and any significant deviation could signal a mint error worth investigating. Always use a precise scale and magnification if you believe you have something special, because small details separate common coins from high-value rarities. The coin market today remains strong, with online auctions, dealer networks, and grading companies providing constant liquidity for rare coins. Prices fluctuate based on demand, population data, and overall economic conditions, but high-grade modern coins continue to attract investors and collectors seeking registry, set dominance, and prestige. Ownership of one of the finest known 1983 P quarters can bring both pride and serious financial reward. Collectors often search bank rolls, old coin jars, inherited collections, and estate sales, hoping to discover that elusive pristine example hiding in plain sight. The thrill of the hunt keeps the hobby alive, and the 1983 P quarter perfectly represents how a seemingly common coin can become rare due to survival rates rather than mintage numbers alone. If you are searching for one, pay attention to strong original mint luster, minimal bag marks, sharp details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and clean fields free of heavy scratches because grading standards are strict, and even tiny imperfections can reduce value dramatically. Professional certification from companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and protect your coin while maximizing resale value, and serious buyers almost always prefer certified examples when spending large sums of money. The history of American coinage is filled with surprises, and the 1983 P quarter stands as proof that modern coins deserve attention just as much as classic silver issues. And while not every 1983 P quarter will make you rich, the right coin in the right condition absolutely can be worth far more than 25 cents. So before you spend your next quarter, pause and inspect it carefully, because hidden treasures still circulate every single day, and your pocket change could hold a remarkable story waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1983 P Washington quarter and its current market potential, make sure to subscribe to Coins for more powerful coin discoveries, rare value breakdowns, and expert insights that help you turn knowledge into profit. Because in the world of coin collecting, information is money, and the next valuable coin could already be in your hands. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in American history, the 1986 P quarter dollar, a coin that many people overlook every single day, yet in rare cases can be worth an incredible amount of money. Yes, you heard that right. While most 1986 P quarters are worth only face value, some rare examples have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, and rumors of extreme high market figures like $78,797,644 often circulate online. But what is the real truth? What is hype and what is history? Today we uncover everything about the 1986 P Washington quarter, its background, its minting story, its errors, its condition, rarity, and its true current market value. The story of the quarter dollar begins long before 1986. It starts in 1932 when the United States Mint introduced the Washington quarter to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. The coin replaced the standing Liberty design and quickly became one of the most recognized coins in America. The obverse features the profile of Washington facing left with the word Liberty above and "In God We Trust" beside him, while the reverse, originally designed by John Flanagan, displays a powerful eagle with spread wings clutching arrows and olive branches symbolizing both strength and peace. By 1986 this classic design had already been in circulation for over 5 decades, making it a familiar sight in Everyday transactions. The 1986 P quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on quarters until 1980. However, by 1986 the P mint mark was visible on the coin, indicating Philadelphia origin. In 1986 the United States was experiencing economic growth, consumer spending was rising and coin production was massive to meet circulation demand. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 551 million quarters that year, which immediately tells us one important thing: this coin is not rare in regular circulated condition. When a coin has such a high mintage, it usually means its basic version will only be worth face value 25 cents. However, condition changes everything. A circulated 1986 P quarter that has been used in daily transactions will typically be worth 25 cents to maybe 50 cents at most, but when we start talking about uncirculated coins graded MS65, MS66 or even MS67 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, the story becomes more exciting. In gem mint state condition, a 1986 P quarter can sell for $10, $20, $50, and in extremely high grade sometimes over $200 depending on appeal, strike quality and market demand. But here is where collectors really get interested. Error coins. Mint errors are the hidden treasures of the coin world. A 1986 P quarter with a dramatic off-center strike can be worth $100 to $300. A double die error where design elements appear doubled can significantly increase value. Coins struck on wrong planchets, meaning the quarter design was stamped onto a coin blank intended for another denomination, can reach into the thousands. Lamination errors, clipped planchets and major die cracks also add premium value. One of the most important factors in coin value is grading. A coin graded MS67 with strong luster, sharp strike and no visible contact marks under magnification is far rarer than one in MS63 condition. That small difference in grade can mean the difference between $20 and $500 collectors pay for perfection, and the 1986 P quarter is known for sometimes having weak strikes, which makes fully struck examples more desirable. Now let us address the huge number: $78,797,644. Claims like this often appear in clickbait listings or online marketplace rumors, but there is no verified public sale of a 1986 P Washington quarter anywhere near that amount. In reality, no regular 1986 P quarter has ever sold for millions of dollars. The highest values typically come from extreme mint errors or top population graded coins, but even then prices stay within the thousands, not millions. It is very important for collectors to verify auction records from reputable houses such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers before believing viral price claims. The value of a coin depends on rarity, demand, condition and historical significance, not social media hype. The 1986 P quarter is composed of copper nickel clad, meaning it has a pure copper core sandwiched between nickel layers. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a reeded edge. The diameter is 24.26 millimeters. And it is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, which continued in its original reverse design until 1998 before transitioning to the state quarters program in 1999. This means the 1986 issue belongs to the classic era before the modern commemorative reverse designs began. Collectors who specialize in building complete Washington quarter sets often seek high-grade examples from the 1980s because while they are common in circulation, pristine specimens are surprisingly difficult to find due to heavy bag marks from large-scale minting and transportation. When searching your own change, look carefully at the mint mark under the date. Check for doubling on the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Examine the edge for unusual thickness, which might indicate a wrong planchet error. Use magnification to inspect for die cracks or cuds, which are raised blobs of metal caused by damaged dies. Even small details can mean big value. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history. Every 1986 quarter passed through countless hands during a decade filled with cultural change, technological growth and economic shifts. It may have been used to buy groceries, arcade games or subway rides. It carries stories within its metal, and for collectors that connection to the past is priceless. If you truly believe you have a rare 1986 P quarter, do not clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value. Instead, store it in a protective holder and consider professional grading. Authentication provides credibility and market trust, which directly impacts resale value. In today's current market, most 1986 P quarters remain worth face value, but high-grade certified coins range from $15 to $250, and significant mint errors can reach $1,000 or more depending on severity and uniqueness. The coin market fluctuates based on collector demand. Precious metal Trends and overall economic conditions so prices can change over time. The excitement of finding a valuable coin in everyday pocket change is what keeps collectors searching, so the next time you receive a quarter, do not ignore it. That small piece of metal might just surprise you. The 1986 Washington quarter may not be $1 million coin in ordinary condition, but in the right state with the right characteristics it can absolutely be worth far more than 25 cents. Stay curious, stay observant, and keep checking your change, because treasure often hides in plain sight. This is Coins, bringing you deep insights into the world of rare currency where history meets value and every coin tells a story. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the 1987 quarter dollar, a coin that many people ignore but some collectors believe could be hiding serious value in today's market. If you have ever wondered whether a simple pocket change quarter could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even a shocking $787,976.43, then stay with me, because this is going to be an exciting journey through history, rarity, mint marks, errors, and real market value. The 1987 Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and the small letter P on the front of the coin tells us exactly where it was made. This was part of the Washington quarter series that began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The obverse features the powerful left-facing portrait of George Washington with the word liberty at the top, the phrase "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1987 at the bottom. The reverse design shows the iconic eagle with wings spread holding arrows and olive branches representing strength and peace. United States of America arches above and quarter dollar appears below. This classic design remained until 1998, before the state quarters program began. Now here is where things get interesting. In 1987 the United States Mint did not release uncirculated mint sets for collectors, which means many high-quality coins were harder to obtain in pristine condition. Most of the 1987 quarters went directly into circulation and were used heavily in daily transactions. Because of this, finding one in perfect uncirculated condition today is far more difficult than many people realize. Over 582 million 1987 quarters were produced, which sounds like a huge number, and it is, but condition is everything in coin collecting. A circulated 1987 quarter is generally worth face value 25 cents, but when we start talking about coins graded MS65, MS66, MS67 or higher by professional grading services, the value increases dramatically. An MS65 coin might sell for $10 to $20, and MS66 could reach $30 to $75 depending on demand, but when we reach MS67 or higher the prices can jump into hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars, because very few survive in such flawless condition. Auction records have shown that exceptionally high-grade 1987 quarters have sold for impressive amounts, especially when they exhibit strong luster, sharp strike, and no visible marks. However, claims of values reaching $787,976.43 would require an extraordinary situation, such as a unique mint error, a one-of-a-kind striking anomaly, or a historically significant provenance. There is no verified public auction record confirming a regular 1987 quarter selling for nearly $800,000, but dramatic error coins can sometimes bring astonishing results. Speaking of errors, this is where collectors get truly excited. Off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, double die errors where lettering appears doubled, broad strikes, clipped planchets, wrong planchet strikes, and dramatic die cracks can transform an ordinary quarter into a valuable collectible. A major double die obverse with strong visible doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust could sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on severity. A quarter struck on a wrong metal planchet, such as a nickel or even a foreign coin blank, could potentially be worth tens of thousands if authenticated. Another important factor is silver composition, but here is something many people misunderstand. The 1987 quarter is not silver. Regular circulation quarters from 1965 onward were made of copper nickel clad, not 90% silver, so if you hear someone claiming their 1987 quarter is silver, that would require a mint error where it was struck on an old silver planchet, which would indeed be extremely rare and valuable. Today's current market shows that most 1987 quarters in circulated condition are still worth only face value. However, certified high-grade examples have steady collector demand because registry-set collectors compete for the best-graded coins. This competition can push prices higher, especially when population reports show very few coins graded at the top level. If you are searching through your change or coin rolls, here is what to look for. First, check the mint mark under the date for the letter P. Next, examine the coin under strong light. Look for sharp details in Washington's hair-clean fields with no scratches and strong luster. Rotate the coin slowly and check for doubling in the letters. Also weigh the coin. A normal clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. Any significant deviation could indicate an error. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history. Each 1987p quarter represents a piece of American commerce from the late 1980s, a time of economic change, technological growth, and cultural shifts. Millions of these coins passed through vending machines, grocery stores, banks, and hands across the country. Every coin tells a story, and while most are common, the thrill of possibly discovering a rare error keeps collectors searching. The market for modern coins continues to evolve. Online auction platforms, grading services, and collector communities have increased transparency and price tracking. If a truly unique 1987p quarter were discovered today and verified by a top grading company, it could create headlines across the numismatic world. Values are driven by rarity, condition, demand, and story. A coin rumored to be worth $787,976.43 would need extreme rarity, confirmed authenticity, and competitive bidding between wealthy collectors before you sell any coin. Always consider professional grading. Authentication protects you from undervaluing a rare piece and also builds buyer confidence. Never clean your coins because cleaning can reduce value dramatically. Store them safely in holders and handle them by the edges. Only the difference between a common coin and a valuable treasure often comes down to condition, preservation, and knowledge. So is the 1987p quarter worth a lot of money? The honest answer is most are worth 25 cents, but a small number in exceptional condition or with rare errors can be worth far more. The dream of finding a life-changing coin keeps collectors motivated, and sometimes extraordinary discoveries really do happen. That is why at Coins we explore every detail, every mint mark, and every possibility. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1987p quarter dollar current market value and history, make sure you subscribe to Coins, hit the notification bell, and share this video with fellow collectors, because your next quarter could be more than just spare change. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered.